It's just a unique facility that brings lots of people together for lots of different reasons.
It was considered the jewel of central Minnesota at the time.
I enjoy the history at the Paramount Theater. It's going on 100 years now.
It brings a lot of different people together in a lot of different capacities.
People of all sorts of backgrounds have access to the place. We want people to come here and have fun. We want people to meet new people in the community through their experiences here.
It's a really wonderful place.
The Paramount Center for the Arts is located in the heart of downtown St. Cloud. It has been a staple in the community for as long as many can remember. It has been creating memories for individuals since its opening in the early 20th century.
The planning for what was going to be the Sherman Theater started just toward the end of World War I. The building was actually built in 21 and opened on December 24th, 1921. It was Christmas Eve and 1,500 people came downtown to see this beautiful grand theater that was to be a testament to the city. The first presentation was a silent film called Way Down East, starring Lillian Gish, and they had a full orchestra doing the musical background. In later years, the late 20s, early 30s, the Sherman Theater was sold to the Paramount Corporation, as were many theaters throughout the country. Paramount was growing and buying its own properties to show its films and whatnot. This particular theater was a film house, but it was also a vaudeville house. So it brought in numerous acts from all over the region. It was considered the jewel of central Minnesota at the time. I want to say it was probably the largest theater at the time. And still, quite frankly, it remains the crown jewel of the art world in central Minnesota now because of its age. It fell into terrible disrepair in the 80s, and the community needed to decide whether to preserve it or to demolish it and do something else with the land. As it turns out, the community made the right decision and decided to renovate in 1998. And they refurbished the place and opened it again as a live theater where music and theatrical presentations could be done. At the same time, they established downstairs a visual arts center. So today, we offer all kinds of musical acts, choruses, choirs, bands of all sorts, all kinds of entertainment and art on the stage, but at the same time, we offer about 110 classes in the world of visual arts.
Besides our wonderful stage performances, we also have our visual arts department located in the lower level, which offers a variety of different mediums for people to work in, from pottery on the wheel, hand building and sculpture. We've got painting and drawing studios, wood turning and woodworking, a glass studio where people can fuse glass and create stained glass projects.
In addition, we do extra things like have Arts Underground on Thursday nights for young people and their families to come in and sample all of those different kinds of art-making possibilities. We also then own a tech site out in Waite Park where we do fine woodworking, wood turning, and we have a gas kiln and pottery facility. So it is often the case that as people are moving from beginning ceramicists to more expert or master ceramicists, they're interested in firing not in an electric kiln, but perhaps in a gas kiln or in a combustion kiln for something like raku. And we have workshops and classes out there on a regular basis. And some of that is fairly new, but real helpful in terms of growing people's definition of art. Woodworking is something that's becoming more common with younger people, and as we can pull them in because of that interest, they also might become intrigued with some of the other things that we offer.
Since its opening, it has quickly established itself as a historical landmark, becoming a special place for many members of the community.
I think the Paramount Center for the Arts today is very special for a couple of different reasons. People of all sorts of backgrounds have access to the place, to arts and arts education. To some degree becomes the living room of the community. It's where people get together to socialize, and they connect with one another, and they enjoy learning together and are inspired together by wonderful artists on the stage. And it's wonderful to be able to have a building that's nearly 100 years old in which to do that. It's just wonderful to have this historic piece here. A good number of our community members can relate to the history. They have a history here. They may have come to a movie here years ago, or they may have ushered in the theater. And I think that brings more meaning to people's life as they enjoy living in this community, St. Cloud.
My favorite components about giving the tours is hearing what the people have to say about our space and what it means to them and to their family. We've had lots of people come in and say that this is where they brought their first date, and now they're celebrating their 50th wedding anniversary.
Performing at the Paramount is a lot of fun. I really enjoy the way that the layout is, and the stage is really fun. The stage is really large and very accommodating for larger bands. We do our Christmas tour there every year, both the big band experience and tonic sofa. The audience, the crowd at the Paramount, every time we're there is a lot of fun. They're always very energized, and we, Tonic Sofa and the Sean Johnson Big Band, have a great time with the staff, and they treat us really well. They make sure that we have everything we need, especially with the food. They always provide us with lots of M&Ms and chips and stuff like that backstage. So yeah, it's a good time.
Though it has many changes throughout its rich history, the Paramount continues to move forward with a goal to spread art through the community.
We really would like to grow. Our mission and vision suggests that art can change people's lives, that art should be accessible to everyone. So we want to get to a point financially where we can offer more and more experiences for people at lesser cost.
One of our main messages to our community is that everyone is welcome here. So we want people of all experience levels participating in classes. We want people coming in to enjoy performances, and we want everyone to know that they are welcome to come in and view our exhibitions. This is a place for everyone.
We want to present things that are meaningful, that teach people things, that cause people to think. We want to keep encouraging people to recognize arts and culture as a way to tell their story, as a way to help remember what happened in the past, and try not to make the mistakes of the past and think about what we can do to make the community better for the future. Now, having said all of that, we also just want people to have fun. We want to entertain them. We want to provide an escape from the chaos of the world, which is often can be pretty oppressing.
Over the years, the Paramount Center for the Arts has left its mark on individuals that have used its space to create art of their own. It has enriched their lives and will continue to do so for the years to come.
Through the arts, we learn a fair amount about ourselves. We see people on stage and learn about other people. We get to try to get those creative juices flowing and realize that there's more to us in terms of being creatives than what we might see on a daily basis. Every one of us needs art in some form in order to really be genuine and to be satisfied and to be connected to the larger community. We all should begin to have the ability to see art in just about anything. You might see a beautiful building and have to recognize that an architect designed that and built it. Its history, this community as it ages, has more and more a rich history of presenting to the larger community in a different way. But in order to thrive, one has to be involved in mutualism. You have to be connected with everything else around you. And art does that for people.